How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. And you are Matt.
My name's Matt, yes.
So how long have you been a nomad?
So I've been a nomad for at least like 4.5 years now.
So what got you to do this lifestyle?
Me and Nicole, we lived the whole sticks and brick lifestyle, and it just wasn't for us. Like, just always stationary. We always wanted to see the world and always wanted to travel. So that was our biggest thing. And then the money aspect, always paying Uncle Sam and all that stuff was really hard on us. So we just wanted to be more free.
What was your early childhood like? And like, was there anything in your younger years that kind of got the ball rolling to where this lifestyle just made more sense and was easy?
So as a kid, like, I traveled a lot with my dad, and he flew planes all over the world. So just seeing the world and just wanting to travel more, I guess. Just traveling with my dad, I guess, that got me going. I used to ride bikes too, and I used to travel riding bikes, and that was my main thing. And then as a kid, I always knew I wanted to literally live and travel in an RV. So that was my thing growing up. I kind of always had that mindset of living.
And then as you got older and got into the whole 9-to-5 working,
yes,
was that easy for you, or did you always have it in the back of your head that there was something else?
So I always, to be honest, I always struggled at a 9-to-5. I kind of knew there was something more to me than just working every day. Like I said, I wanted to travel. That was always in me. I always wanted to try new foods and new stuff like that. So yeah, just getting out there. So a 9-to-5, just every time going to work, I just felt like, you know what I mean, I had more in me than just doing this and working for somebody else and making them money and not me, really.
Right. Did you ever try to get on the road before and it just didn't work out before?
So yeah, we bought a fifth wheel in our very first Nomad go at it, and it was rough. We did it backwards. We bought a fifth wheel without a truck, so it was a hassle trying to pay somebody to move us every 14 days at the campsite we were at in California. So it was a hassle. Then we moved into our minivans, and that's where we started from there.
So you went from the fifth wheel, and then you went to the minivan.
Yep.
So tell us more about the minivan
So
journey.
minivans, we went through 3 of them in literally a year. Kid you not. So yeah, we had one called Murder Van, then we had White Betty, and then we loved them. I mean, it was definitely a transition, moving into a house to a minivan to a fifth wheel. Like, obviously that was backwards, but to a fifth wheel to a minivan, it was definitely, you know, the space and everything was definitely different, but you had to get used to it.
With the whole minivan thing, was it easier to get from one place to another at that time?
Yeah, and that's why we did the minivan thing, because it was just easier, smaller vehicle. Obviously, I could move it, you know, gas, all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
did you have any issues trying to find a place to be at for the night with the minivan in like certain towns or stuff?
Obviously, that's always a tricky thing to do is you know, stealth camping or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, we made it work. We did a lot of campgrounds and a lot of rest stops and stuff like that. More than most. But yeah.
About working on the road. Have you had any issues trying to find work like that?
It's always hit and miss, to be honest. Depends on what town you go to. But we're very fortunate and we're very open on anything. So it doesn't really matter on what job it really is. We'll do mostly anything to pay our bills and to eat. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And yeah.
Now we're at blessing the bus.
Yeah.
So how did this all come to be?
All right. So it was one day, me and my buddy were just on the internet, and he does a lot of diesel truck stuff, and we found the bus for $1,200 online, and we pulled the trigger and we bought it, and it was a nightmare for a long time. It was living in a minivan, trying to build this beautiful thing. Where's the money's coming? You know what I mean? How to do half of this stuff. I built cabins growing up, so I kind of knew the aspect of what I was doing, but once you do it, you know nothing. You know what I mean? That's how it was. It was always something new. So popping up and a nightmare, but
obviously with it painted red, white, and blue, it pretty much stands out.
Absolutely.
Do you have a hard time trying to find a place for it at night?
So obviously I can't blend in anywhere. So at night, no, not really. BLM lands, everybody mostly accepts me. A lot of campsites will allow me to be in there. They just want to see the rig first, make sure it's not, you know what I mean, trashy or anything. But yeah, so no problems ever really.
How much does it cost to, get from one place to another with this?
So that's what everybody asks. So it's expensive. I think we have an 85 gallon. We got a little bigger tank. It's almost 1,500 to fill up, and that will give us almost 450 miles, 500 miles. So I mean, it's a lot. We weigh a lot. We put a lot more than we should have in there, but yeah, you pay for what it is for sure.
So is there like more planning that needs to be planned ahead using a bus as a place to live?
Yeah, I think planning for sure. Like there's a lot of, even the gas, just like that. Like we never thought about that. I never thought about, going to a gas vehicle to a diesel vehicle. I didn't know any of that. To be honest, I didn't know the difference of prices, and so that was definitely an eye opener. And everything about a diesel is completely different than a minivan, obviously, or a little car. So it was definitely an eye opener.
Okay. Have you ever been in a town where you just couldn't turn left or right?
So that's kind of, we always try to map out where we're going to go. That's always my number one thing, that we always need a GPS, or we always look before we go to anywhere, just to make sure the clearance, because we're a little higher than most people, or just the turning, just like you said, or backing up. I don't like backing up at all. So I don't, no backing up, no U-turns, so we kind of dead set on where we go. When we go, we know what we're doing at all times.
Like what's in the bus, as in like bathroom, fridge, oven?
So absolutely. So I got everything as a home, basically, or an RV, as you would want to say. I built this just like an RV or better. I wanted something where it would last us literally a lifetime. I didn't want to build something or buy something again. So this is it. But absolutely. So I have a bathroom. I got a full tile bathroom. I got a full shower, full sink, everything you imagine, just like I said, in a house, kitchen. But yeah, absolutely.
Have you came across any issues on the road that may have influenced you to go back to a normal life?
The struggles always pop up. It's just like being in a house, though, to be honest with you. You're always going to have your problems. It doesn't matter what you're doing, if the roof is leaking or a pipe breaks. But it's always, sometimes I really just forget it. But it's not, I built this for us.
Nice.
For a reason,
Do you ever miss your old life prior to hitting the road?
Absolutely. I miss just the steadiness and just the relax of just, I used to play games a lot, or I still do, but just coming home and just, it's kind of cool just doing, what you're going to do that day, and it's kind of repetitive. So it was kind of nice for me, but this lifestyle
isn't repetitive.
Yeah, not repetitive at all. So
what do you hope to gain from this lifestyle?
I just want knowledge, to be honest, and I just want knowledge and just learn on other people. To be honest with you, I'm so young, and I still got a lot of knowledge that I want to learn, and still learn how to build the bus better, learn how to do a lot of things better.
Where do you plan on going next after this year?
So after this year, we're probably just gonna do a routine thing. I think we're gonna hit Quartzsite again, and hopefully get another camp hosting job. And we'll be doing that routinely, hopefully.
Nice. What are some ending points that you want to tell people that's looking into the bus life? Like, what's your experience in it that could help them?
Don't be scared. I know this lifestyle, just to be honest, it's not for everybody. You got to understand that. But once you get in it and you put the fear away, it's the best thing. I promise. You'll never regret it. The freedom is awesome. That's where it is. And, going to new places and just relaxing, beautiful views, hang out with your friends,
Nice. So. Awesome. Well, I think that's it, Matt.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
For everything.